There it is. All right. I'm Dave Nelson from Kingsmen PSC out of Michigan. And today we are going to be talking about the church safety and security seminar that we got September 17th here in Lansing at Mount Hope Church from 6 to 8. And with us is Lana, Bryan from Right to Bear. How are you?
I'm good, Dave. Thank you for having me on.
So I'm grateful you're on. I'm very happy and excited about this because I think that right to bear is something that everybody needs to know about, whether you're on a safety team, a police officer, maybe you're in DOC. I think everybody needs what right to bear has, and that's why I chose them as well. Um, and so I'm very grateful that you guys are here to support us and help us and give us a lot of resources. I mean, a lot of resources, and they're great. So with this seminar that we have, though, this one's for safety teams, and I just want to present to people what is this about? What are we going to discuss in there, and then maybe who all can come.
The most important thing is for people to attend are those who are thinking about starting a safety team at their church. If you're a small business, you can attend. If you're a school teacher, please attend, especially with with the climate of what we're facing every single day. You need to make sure that you are completely covered and know what your liabilities are. What we do with the church safety is, even if you have a safety team, a current safety team, make sure all your boxes are checked. Make sure that this is going to be a 30,000-foot view that kind of looks over and sees what you still need to accomplish. Do you have first aid kits set up in every single room of the church? Do you have Is everybody on the team a medic? Has everyone taken a stop the bleed class? Has everybody the sniper? Everybody is the team leader. There's not On a safety team. We'll go over all of this in that workshop, which is very important to attend just to make sure that you have all of your boxes checked. Most people don't realize that on a safety team, you are holding all the liability. You're volunteering, you're raising your hand, you're saying, take me, use me. I want to protect my congregation. No matter what house of worship you go to, you're volunteering your time to do this. With that being said, you're holding all the liability. God forbid something happens, you have to use force to stop a threat. It could even be a heart attack. Someone's having a heart attack in the during the service. The church will be in disarray. They won't know what to do. They're looking for you to lead for leadership. It's literally a ministry. It's a very important part of churches in today's world. And I know it's sad, but it's where we've gone as a country. We need safety teams. Was something I never thought about until 2007, when the New Life church shooting took place in Colorado Springs, Colorado, which was my hometown. When that happened, it put it put it on the map. Everybody needs to start looking at getting safety teams done in their churches. And I thought, wow, the place where you're the most vulnerable, where you are giving your whole heart and and just letting go and letting God, that's the place where they're going to come take you, hurt you, and hurt your whole congregation. And if it's like my church currently in Georgia, my whole family attends church. So I'm looking at all my grandchildren are there, my mom is there, my husband is there. Um, I'm going to make sure that we're safe, and what's the proper procedures. And that's what this workshop is going to kind of oversee.
Okay. Great. Now, I get this question a lot, and sometimes when we're trying to help out churches, whether they've got a team already or not, we talk a lot about policy and procedures. I'm huge on that. I believe that's probably one of the greatest legal binding documents a church safety team could have.
Right.
And so is there going to be any like information out there that maybe they could use as a resource, or maybe how to get started, or is there anything in the way of what right to bear could do inside of that. Will that be anything that we would talk about?
Absolutely. It's important to understand, depending on the church you go to or on the house of worship that you go to, who allows the church safety team to do what they need to do. Who is the leadership that says, yeah, let's go ahead and buy all of these medical bags that everybody needs to have on the team. Who sits where? Who watches which doors? Um, all of that's going to be brought up during the workshop.
Awesome. Awesome. And then in the way of the law, so we get a lot of questions and simply just churches, a lot of them right now, like we talked about earlier, some of them there's a larger organization that makes the rules for the rest of the church capacity, I guess. They just don't understand the law. So will we go over what laws are existing in the state of Michigan if maybe a church
Correct.
once? Okay. Great, great. Well, that's good
We
information.
were we were so blessed. Right to Bear was so blessed. We got the endorsement from the Faith-Based Security Network. That is called the FBSN. Their website is FBSN America dot I think it's .com. It's either .com or .org. But they are, church trainers from across the United States that all come together for information, for resources. Um, and there's over 800 affiliates part of the FBSN. And we got their endorsement, which was absolutely amazing. We also got the endorsement from the Christian Warrior Training, which is the guy that runs that. His name is Keith Graves. Keith Graves has an amazing following. Um, and we got his endorsement as well. So it's very important that schools, churches, movie theaters, concerts, I mean, these are where you're going where there's lots and lots of people. Someone wants to hurt you, or someone is deranged, or someone is going to cause problems. They're going to go find a place where where they can have the most damage. I mean, that's
Right.
just a reality. I hate it, but it is what it is. So we need to be vigilant, pay attention, and get trained.
Absolutely, 100%. I now that you say that, the Keith, the guy you were talking about,
Yeah,
um, so a couple buddies of mine have been sending me like his videos, and I really enjoy them. And I'm
he's
actually,
amazing.
yeah, I'm looking out for a way to reach out to him because on for my company, one thing we're developing right now is a threat management team. And so
Yeah,
we'll practice like our skills with OSINT and SOCMENT and all these different intelligence things and trying to gear churches up for that so that we can actually look at the overall picture, the threat landscape, if you will, of the local area. And so I'm looking to see if maybe he might want to be a part of that and or at least share
Keith's
ideas.
amazing.
Yeah. And I'll definitely send you some information if you're interested in just
Burr,
participating
please.
in
Yes.
brainstorming.
Yeah.
Um, well, I'm excited about this seminar. Is there anything else that you would like to share that you think might people might have questions about?
Please come. They need to come and learn for themselves. It's the best 2 hours spent learning about everything that they need to know, and make sure that all the boxes are checked, because you don't want to leave something unturned and then just think, what do I do with this? I know Jack Wilson, I know Stephen Williford. These are two heroes that stopped an active shooter in their churches. Unreal. Their stories are unreal. Stephen's testimony is just amazing. But when people think, well, it's not going to happen in my small town, I kind of think, well, I don't know if they understand. Sutherland Springs, Texas has one stoplight. And that
Wow.
was a church where 52 people went to church that morning. 26 died, 20 were injured. That means six people walked out on their two legs. So that is very, very sad. People said, well, how can that happen in a small town? Well, you know, it was a deranged person that did not like how his girlfriend broke up with him, and that was her mom's church. So again, it can happen in a small town, it can happen in a large city, it can happen anywhere. So make sure that you and your church and your house of worship is safe.
Right on, right on. I agree 100%. Well, we will put a link to the event in the description below, and we'll we'll catch up on the next one. I'm glad you did this for me. I really appreciate it. Um,
You're
and
welcome.
I can't wait for this event, and hopefully we have many more.
Awesome. Looking forward to it.
All right, so there you have it. It's very nice talking to Lana and Crystal. Lana's just a great person. Um, I enjoyed the conversations before, during, and after we were on the show, and just a very brilliant person. And then Crystal, of course, is very great. I've known Crystal for several years. Just awesome to work with. Just a great person, very genuine. Can't say enough good things about her. All right, so come out and join us. Here's the flyer that we have up on the screen for you. Uh, September 17th, 6 to 8, 202 South Kreitz Road. It's the Mount Hope Church. Yes, the church with all the flags. It'll be in the fireside room on the 17th of September. So be there. You are invited. Safety teams, uh, for your churches, your security teams, even your congregation members. If you want to get them involved, we can, bring in your teachers and maybe even some medical health professionals that you might have in your congregations. Um, it's pretty much open to just protectors, really. Um, then again, we touched on just some of the points that we were going to talk about in there, like how do we do this, how do we do that? Are we going to talk about policy and procedures, right? So here on the screen here, there'll be some more information for you. These are going to be the highlights that we're going to cover, all of them. And so just very beneficial stuff, especially if you're just starting out, or maybe your church is thinking about it. Um, it's not all about guns. I'm sure we'll talk about some guns and that kind of thing, but not every place allows guns. And so this is very practical stuff. All right. Very good material for you to learn for your teams. And if you should have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out, send me an email, um, or leave a comment. But remember, use that code Kingsmen, Kingsmen, to get in for free. I hope to see you guys there. God bless. See you on the next one.